Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. So it has been a year, and I mean that in both sense of the phrase. It's literally been a year since I've talked to you guys. I will get into the whys and the whats later on in the video. Just want to say first, sorry. And second of all, it's been a year. First of all, I just want to say, excuse my voice, I literally just got a cold yesterday, so great timing. But it has been a year. 2020 has been rough for everybody, in different ways. For me, of course, now reflecting on New Year's resolution and yes, it took away family and it took away, family time. Luckily, I've been blessed enough where I didn't lose any family due to the coronavirus. For those of you who have, my hearts are with you. My hearts. I don't know how to do YouTube anymore. Sorry, you guys. My heart is with you guys. For those of you who've lost loved ones or know people who've lost loved ones, or even friends, whatever it may be. But I lost family time and travel. Those were the two hardest things for me and my husband, and especially with our 18-month-old twins. We didn't get to, February was really our big month. We got to fly to Oregon and have them meet our Oregon family. So that was nice that they could go and see their family and meet their other grandmother. But after that, it was really just like done. We haven't gone to Iowa at all in 2020, and usually we go like every other month, if not every month. And our family in Missouri, where we always go in the summer, they have yet to meet our boys either. So we're hoping 2021 is going to be the year where we get to introduce them. I mean, they're already a year old, so it's kind of crazy, but a lot was different. A lot had changed. We had to change a lot of what we did. But in another way, it gave me the opportunity to work from home. For those of you who don't know, I work a 9-to-5. So I was going into the office every day, and now I am working from home. I've been here since mid-April, maybe even May. I think it was mid-April. So I'm almost coming up to a year now with working from home, which I've always wanted to do. Which brings me to my next thing. I actually, in April, started a business. I now am the owner and creator of Weilander Forge. I got a laser printer, and I've just been making earrings and keychains and wood signs. And now I just got a Cricut machine, so I'm starting to make t-shirts and just like a lot of different things. I'm kind of all over the place. I haven't really found my niche or my niche. I don't know, everyone says it different. But I'm just kind of being able to get my creative side out with all this whole like staying at home and quarantining, and this has been something that I've always wanted to do, but I didn't know where to start or how to do it or anything. And having to stay home has given me the ability to research and look into things and actually make it happen. So it was kind of a give or take with COVID and quarantining and the whole big change in the world. It's just crazy to me that this is gonna be something that my kids read about in history books when they like get into school. Like COVID-19 is gonna be, you know what I mean? I don't know, it's just weird. But 2020 We ended on a bang. We added a roommate. My brother now lives with us. He thinks that we are helping him, but in all reality, he's totally helping us. Because now we're able to save and get going with our next round of IVF. We don't think we will do IVF within 2021, but one thing that we do plan on doing, maybe around March or April. Oh my god, I need to stop saying But what we do plan on doing is testing our embryos. For those of you who have been following along on our journey since day one, we did a egg retrieval and we got 6 embryos out of it. And we've done 2 transfers so far. Our first one ended in miscarriage, and then our second transfer gave us our 2 beautiful twin boys who are now 18 months old. I will definitely put them in this video some point because they are huge. They're so big already. I can't believe it's already been 18 months since I've given birth. It's crazy. So we do now have 3 embryos left. Me and Troy, we didn't test them to see if they were genetically normal because at the time I think it was like gonna be $1,000, and we already spent so much money with the egg retrieval and everything that we were like, you know what, that was my naive brain back then, where I thought to myself, in a normal world, if I conceived normally, I don't get to choose that or figure that out or learn that. I just let it, you know, everything's natural. So I didn't want to test them, and I just figured if they work, they work, they don't, they don't. Well, then once we went through our first miscarriage with our first transfer, and it was devastating, I don't really love the idea of having to go through that ever again in my life. I think once was enough for my heart. So we're gonna test them. I didn't know that you could do that while they were frozen. I'm sure we were told that. Troy says we were. I guess I didn't retain that information. It was just so much information we were given to us when we first started everything that, like, I can't even remember what was said in the first meetings and everything. It was just way too much for my head. So for 2021, our plans for IVF going forward is to first test our embryos. We will do that maybe in March or April, and then it takes about a month to get the results back, and then whichever ones are normal are the only ones we will have left. The rest they will discard, which saying that is devastating in itself, but at the same time, like, I understand you don't want to transfer something that isn't going to work, because there isn't even a chance of it working, because they're not genetically normal. They won't survive. And then we started 2021 out with a bang. We've been washing the boys in the sink for the longest time. They're 18 months, they're getting bigger. They don't really fit. They want to splash, but it just gets everywhere and in the kitchen and everything. And I just wanted them to be in a tub. So we have renovated our bathtub. We have a family friend who was able to rip out the walls and retile them. So it's beautiful. I'm in love with it. And the boys get to now bathe in the bathtub and splash and have fun. Just like kids are supposed to do. Now into the why. Why it's been a year since you've seen me last. I know, what was I doing? Resolutions about telling you how I'm gonna try to do a video every 2 weeks. Who knew 2020 was gonna just explode. So first of all, I started a business, like I said, back in April. We're coming up to a year here. It kept me busy, and I was learning and I was creating, and it really took off, and I wasn't expecting it to really take off as well as it did in the beginning. Christmas time was crazy, the amount of ornaments and gifts that I've made for people. It's nuts. I love it. I love every second of it, but it's crazy. And doing YouTube and doing that at the same time while also enjoying the boys' first year of life, it was just nuts. It was crazy. So I slacked in YouTube, and I'm sorry. I definitely think I am learning to be a little bit more realistic in my goals. So what I'm gonna say to you guys on camera right now is what I'm going to try to do for the year of 2021 is I am going to try to do 1 video every month. And if I skip a month, there'll be 2 in the next month, if that makes sense, because I'm pretty sure this one will not go out. I want to try to post them at the end of every month, so I'm pretty sure this one will not go out in the end of January, so it'll probably end up going out in the beginning of February. And then I'll do another one in the end of February. Does that make sense? Just because with COVID and not being able to share our boys with our family, I think it's really important. And also just for me, because I'm doing a horrible, horrible job in documenting their lives. When I grew up, my parents had like videotapes of all of us as we grew up in life, even if it was just like a day of us just like playing downstairs in the basement. We had stuff like that, and we had pictures, and I just have not been doing a very good job with that with the boys. I have tons and tons of like Snapchats, but like, what's that gonna look like in the future? You know what I mean? When like, if Snapchat is no longer a thing, or you know what I mean? So I definitely need to record and make videos for them to see when they grow up, and for me to even see as they grow up, but also for our family members who are far away, who don't get to see them. They get to FaceTime with them, but that's about it. So I think it's important for me to make sure I'm documenting a little bit here and there and posting it so our families can see the boys grow, while we're kind of still trying to figure out what the heck we're doing with COVID. So that's gonna kind of be my goal. Another issue that I was running into was, first of all, I have my work computers here, so that takes up a good portion of my office, and also my computer that I was originally doing video editing on. It is so old and so slow. All of the work that I've been doing for my business has been on my husband's laptop, which I'm slowly filling up as well with all the things I've created and saved and everything. So I definitely need to get a hard drive to try and make all of this process a little bit easier. That was part of my issue, because that was something that was too big for my head. But my brother is a very techie person, so now that he's living with us, he has no choice other than to help me try to figure that out and make sure I am able to create this kind of content and be able to edit it, and it doesn't take forever to download or edit or save. So we're getting there. We're getting there. I'm gonna set realistic goals, and that's pretty much the only goal that I have this year. I'm trying to do YouTube once a month, while also doing a few IVF things and running my business. I want to keep this short. I don't want to talk forever. There's a lot of life updates and things that I need to do with you guys, especially with the boys, but I just wanted to touch a little bit on 2020 and what we did a little bit for 2021, and then also IVF updates. What I also wanted to say for IVF updates, get it together, Lexi, when we do finally do our next transfer, I plan on being fully transparent in price. So after I did, which I feel weird about, because I feel like it's like me trying to flex, which is not at all what I want to do. But when we did our last IVF transfer, a lot of people asked about money. How much did you spend out of pocket? What did you know, how long did it take? This, that. And I mean, can I look back at receipts? Yes, because I kept everything. But that was also with insurance connected. And I think a lot of people are wondering what it's going to cost without insurance. And they want to know like the worst case scenario, because I know for sure when I was looking into IVF, that's something that I Googled, I YouTubed, I was trying to find people to tell me, what the heck did you spend? Like, how much did you spend out of pocket? Because I need to know how much I need to save. Because one thing with IVF is it's definitely a timed thing. If you start taking medications and you run out of money and you can't keep buying that medication, like, you just messed up the whole cycle. So you need to really make sure that your money is on point before you even start your transfer, or before you even start taking medication. anything, you know, you just need to make sure your money's on point. So that's one thing that I plan to do in the future for this channel when we start doing our next IVF round. I want to be a little bit more transparent, like, hey, we're going to the drugstore, I just picked up this, this, and this, and it cost me this much. Like today I went to my doctor's appointment and I did this and this, and it cost me this much. So for those of you, I got a lot of questions about IVF, mainly in my DMs, which is completely understandable. A lot of people aren't as open about this topic as I am, but this is a little bit why I want to be open about it. I'm gonna kind of normalize it a little bit because making babies is hard for some people, okay? So it's nothing to be ashamed about. It is what it is. There's so many people out there that are having trouble, and I just want to be able to help you all with questions. All of you who are having trouble, I just want to make sure you know and you can see that it's totally something that's doable and available for you to do. It does take time, it does take money. Your life kind of turns into IVF for a little bit, but it's totally worth it in the end. But okay, you guys, I'm hoping this video wasn't too long. I was trying to keep it short. Definitely in the next video I will be doing some updates on the boys and showing you how big they are. Of course, I can't end this video without showing a little bit of their cuteness, but I will try to stay on board with YouTube and on my goals of just doing it at least once a month. I just got to put a little bit out there, especially of the boys, for our families and for us. But okay, you guys, thank you for watching. And even though we took a big long break, if you're still here with us, thank you for being here and staying here. If you're new here and this whatever I just blabbed about is the type of content you want to see, go ahead and subscribe. I'd love that. Hit the like button if you liked it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye! Dem.
To the store and pick up a and held your mom's
Who's that?
and walked along.